On your marks.
So underway now. Split start here in these 5,000 metre events with the field sizes we've got. We'll try and give updates as they move through. You'll see as they come around into the home straight, they will all combine and come into those inner lanes. On the outside there, you can see the South Melbourne colours of Ross Pentland. And Gibson from Mentone on the inner lanes there. James McCurdy with him. They're two of our top seeds here. So top seeds are around that 17-minute mark. So we will see a bit of a mix in this race. Being the E race, having Thomas out to the side there. So 7 laps to go. McCurdy. So Gibson, Thomas. Also up there early, Martin Ritchie from a Box Hill. So everyone now settling into their pace as they get underway. So about 77 through that first 400 metres. So leaders are not really changing. So 2 out front. So Gibson, also McCurdy. Gibson's coming in. They've both got the same seed time here of 17 minutes. So the breeze definitely blowing from the lake end down here, coming across the track. A little bit of a move there. It looks like Jimmy Goulis coming through. Jimmy ran a 9:57 last week at Milers Club. Conditions a little bit better. Looks like Teal from South Melbourne in next position. Then Thomas. Martin Ritchie next. Then Coleman, Pentland, Wang, Arnold, Lawson. Then Howe, Mivan, Imbriano. Then Martini, McNeil. Bishop going through, then Curry. And Mifsud from Melbourne University just coming alongside John Curry there. So already we're out by about 150 metre differential at the moment, or about 120 metre. So going through the 800 now, unofficially about 2:38. So nice and steady pacing out there, maybe about an 81 second lap there. Goulis just starting to make a little bit of a dent into that lead. Teal running by himself in next position, currently in 4th there. Thomas next. So coming through, they'll be hitting the 1 kilometre mark. So the lap board going to 10 very efficiently. It's hard to get good staff. Coming through the 1K now. So 3:15 as they go through. 3:18.94 though, so just under 16:40 pace. So that's an indicator there at the 1K. Just under the 16:40 pace there. Teal coming through now at 28. So 17.5 minute pace as we go through now in that next group. So 17:30. So Imbriano next one through with Mivan, then McNeil, also Martini. So 3:40s as they go through. Then Bishop. So Mifsud through in next position, just at the 3:52 mark there. And John Curry coming through under the 4 minute mark. So that's under the 20-minute schedule. So a bit of a welcome also to our high jumpers here tonight. They'll be in the Lake End D. There's no change here. Gibson decided he's going to run shoulder to shoulder, so just taking that slightly longer route. Just edging forward now. You might see him just drift now into the inner lane, as he does, coming through to get 9 laps to go. So Alexander Gibson leading the way. McCurdy next. Jimmy Goulis running very well. So a bit of a break there for our event leader, Gibson. Going through the 1,600 metres now, 5:19 unofficial. So nice move by Huang there, sitting off the back of Teal. Huang ran right on the 10-minute mark, I think 10:03 last week at Milers Club. As Curry comes through to get 9 laps to go. So the clock goes down to 8. Alexander Gibson, Mentone Athletic Club leading the way. So Gula's coming through there. He ran 9:57 last week here at Milers Club. Teal leading, looking strong as he comes through to get 8 to go. They've been joined by Howe. Arnold now moving away. Pentland in a little gap there. Lawson just behind him with Thomas and also Coleman. So going through the 2-kilometre mark now, 6:37 unofficial. About 6:38, the 2-kilometre split there. So pace dropping off a little bit on that 2nd kilometre, as you would expect here in the windy conditions at Lakeside, as Mifsud comes alongside Bishop here, the Mornington Peninsula runner. So now we're seeing a little bit of lapping going on as Gibson comes through, 7 to go. McCurdy next, Schoolis, Teal, Huang. No real changes at the moment as we're starting to enter into the mid stages here of this 5-kilometre event. Looks like Huang's got a little bit of momentum, just staying on the outside. Might want to move to the inside lane if he feels he's got the goods. But yet again, on a windy day here at Lakeside, no one really wants to take the lead. So event leader coming through now. So Gibson got a break. Probably up to about 60, 70 metres at the moment. Mifsud and also Bishop coming through, and then McCurdy in next position. He's running 2nd on the track. So they're going through the 3-kilometre mark now. So 3,000 down, 2,000, 5 laps to go. Goulis coming through as well. So shade under the 10-minute mark last week. So 10:26 as Jimmy Goulis goes through. Now we've got the gap and a bit of a change in the leaders here. Pentland and Howe. Now, this is good to see though. Everyone's just changing the lead around. So 10:36 there for that little pack of 5. Coleman in next position. Then Lawson and Thomas just coming past Curry. So 1 lap down there for Curry. He's got 6 to go. So 11 minutes on the clock now. So 3 kilometres down, Dino Embriano, just over the 11-minute mark. As our leader comes through to get 4 to go. So Gibson has 4 to go. So McNeil in next position. So McCurdy, 4 to go for him. 1,600 metres as Goulis comes into the straight, and he'll also have 4 to go. On his own at the moment is Mifsud and Bishop. They're 1 lap down. They're hitting the 3 kilometre mark there in 11:44. So Goulis, 4 to go. Looks like Howe's now got the momentum in that nice little chase pack of 5. Pentland on the inside, Wang to the outside. Teal, the other South Melbourne runner, also stuck in on the rails, or sticking heavily to the rail, with Arnold from Glen Huntly just off the back of them. 4 to go. Coleman next. Thomas from Mornington Peninsula, then Lawson, Mentone. As we see, coming back in to get 3 laps to go now, 1,200 out. It is Alexander Gibson, Mentone. 17 minutes is his seed time. Dino Embriano through next. And that's the 3 kilometre mark there for our Doncaster runner in Curry. So McCurdy through, 3 laps to go for him. So look down the far side of the track, and Gibson striding beautifully. Probably a bit of a tailwind down that area. So Goulis ready to go. Now we're seeing a few more changes once again. Howe and Huang. Arnold's gone with them. 2 South Melbourne runners now being left in their wake. Thiel and also Pentland. Then Coleman and Thomas. As we see the event leader coming through to get 2 laps to go. So 2 to go for Gibson. 13:50 on the clock. Just going past his teammate there in Lawson. So 3 laps to go. Dino Embriano from St Kevin's. Niven and Martini in next position there. We will ask all competitors to finish in lane 3. If we could have all competitors to finish in lane 3. So 4 to go there for Curry. 3 here for McNeil. As Goulis, he'll come down now. He'll have 2 laps to go. But looking on the top end of the track, Gibson rounding the top bend towards the VIS, and he'll be coming home, or coming in to get 1 lap to go. So Bishop and Mifsud next. Now Twang of that chase group making the next move. So 2 to go for Huang, Howe, also Arnold, Teal and Pentland. 2 to go as we hear the sound of the bell for Alexander Gibson, and we ask him, he will be finishing in lane 3. So 1 to go for Gibson. This will be 2 to go for Lawson. As down the back straight, looking very good. Gibson just striding beautifully. Plenty of scalps to pick off as he goes through the lapped runners. And once again, we will ask all of our competitors to finish in lane 3 in this event. Competitors in lane 3. So McCurdy coming through, 1 lap to go. And the spurt goes on as he hears that bell. And we look to the top of the bend now and we see Jimmy Gurlis coming through. He'll be the next one to hear the bell. Our Melbourne University runner currently in 3rd position. So it'll be 2 to go here for McNeil, 3 for Curry, 1 for Goulis. And here comes our event leader. He's gone into lane 3, and Alexander Gibson comes in with a seed time of 17 minutes, and he'll be stopping the clock under 16:20, 16:17:84, unofficial. Great running here in these conditions here for Alexander Gibson, taking out our E-race. As we see, coming around the bend now will be our second runner. So McCurdy, 16:40 on the clock now. Probably a big ask for him to break that 17 minutes, but he'll be close. So McCurdy coming out wide, 16:50 now. So probably the 17 minutes will tick over before we see our second runner here. So James McCurdy for Knox had a 17-minute seed time. Not far off that as he comes across the line, and he'll stop the clock unofficially at 17:05. So Goulis in next position. Looks like Huang's taken the next slot. Big finish here from Bosco Huang. Goulis looks around, but he's probably got enough space here to stay in that 3rd position. As we see Goulis coming in the right side of the 17:30 mark. And right on 17:30 will be Bosco Huang and Sam Arnold. James Howe will be next one through. Big finish here from Teal from South Melbourne. And Howe will be next one across the line. 17:52 his seed time, and Howe, so 17:46 unofficial there, and then Pentland stopping the clock just under the 17:50 mark. Alan Coleman will be next one through. So it'll be a new personal best there, I think, for Coleman, right on the 18-minute mark. Thomas as well through nicely. So Mifsud, Bishop receiving their bell laps. And Dino Imbriano from St Kevin's, next one through. So right on 18:24. Very similar to the time we ran at Box Hill in February this year. As Mivan has Lawson in his sights, but those long legs of Corey Lawson just stride out a little bit faster. And Corey Lawson comes across the line. 18:40. So a good run there for Mivan. And Martini in next position. So Rowan Martin Ritchie from Box Hill had a seed time of 19:18, and he's under that here this afternoon. So a good run from the young man. And McNeil from Old Zavarians, 18:45 was his time. About 30 seconds off that here this evening. As we're saying, quite a windy night here. As Nathan Mifsud from Melbourne University, next one to cross the line. So under the 20-minute mark there for Nathan. He'll be happy with that. Let's see, John Curry getting the bell lap. And Michael Bishop, Mornington Peninsula, next one to stop the clock. 19:45 unofficial. So Curry coming through just over the 21-minute mark now. So a good run here from John. And that concludes the E-race here in the men's 5,000 metres.